We're only looking at the right rib.
Ribs,
We're going to do
ribs.
it lengthwise. Okay, because we're only looking at one long body part, right? Okay.
Still 14 by 17?
14 by 17.
It would
IO?
only be crosswise bilateral.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna go 14 by 17. Let me try and find my, let's see, where's my 17? This doesn't mean I'm in. There we go. Oh, let's go lengthwise. That's our problem, is right there.
Yeah, was that
Good. Okay, and are we at 40? Oh, 72?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do just the right rib. So we're pretending that he has an anterior rib injury. So we're going to go right here, and we still need to be, because it's ribs, we need to make sure we're getting rib 1, which is right here. So we have to come up high enough to include rib 1 on that image. So go ahead and come up. Here, right there, good, all right. Okay, now, we only need the right side, which is here to here, right? So we want him centered right there. Whoop, 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 don't move far. Right marker here. And you can lay it sideways, it's okay. Okay, there you go, good, like that.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be.
Right ribs.
What's
Sometimes you wouldn't want to look at me like that.
what's the centering point?
It's going to be mid ribs, okay?
No, but
Look at,
this is yours.
chin up, hun, chin up, there you go. So see how I'm just a little bit past the jugular notch,
Yes.
They're all
Okay.
like,
right?
Okay. Yes.
You guys just don't remember me like that. That was only 6 months ago.
Wow.
that's
Okay,
crazy.
but now I also don't want to image his arm. So I'm gonna have him bring that arm out and set it here. Okay, so I have plenty of space here. I'm just past midline here, okay? So I know I'm centered. That's what you're going, that's just the right ribs. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Cause you're gonna get orders that are for unilateral ribs. Uni means one laterality, one side ribs.
So is that for lengthwise when you're doing once? Is
One
it still
side.
lengthwise on everything, or do you go crosswise for bilateral?
You would go crosswise for bilateral because you're still gonna do the lower ribs, okay? Unless it was somebody, again, slender. You know, I mean, if you're doing a male, then I would definitely do crosswise. If you're doing a female, you could probably do lengthwise,
Okay, I remember that now.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now, so here's your PA,
Because I used Aaron and we kept it.
okay? Now we'll do
Lengthwise.
RPO. Again, we're gonna rotate it
Yeah.
45
That's why I'm like,
degrees, okay? Chin up. We're gonna make sure we're right to here, because what we're looking for here, we gotta make sure we have light here, but we wanna make sure we have light to the neck, because when we turn the body, this is the posterior, where it attaches, step to the side a little bit, where it
Come on
attaches,
now, you're a big ass janky. I was about to
where
tell
it
you.
attaches to the spine, right?
Yeah.
It's going to come this way, right? It's no longer in the center. It comes toward the left. And if we were to collimate then to here, we're going to clip that articulation. Right? If we collimate to here, we're gonna clip that articulation. So we need to make sure that we include the spinous process posteriorly. And so we need to make sure that we're collimated out to that edge, okay? So here's our collimation line. Go ahead and step to the side. So we're right to there. Does that make sense? So if we turn and we collimate to the neck, then you're good. Don't collimate to the center on those, or you're going to clip this part of the posterior rib, because that rib is going like this, and then it's turning here. And here now is your spinous process. Step a little bit to the side so she can see. That spinous process is over here. Okay? No longer is it over here. It's over here. And you're going to miss it. So you have to make sure that you're centering to the body part, and you keep all of it on there. So does that make sense? Okay, so there's your RPO. All right, good. All right, so we have him here. Again, we don't want the arm in there, so he's gonna be a teapot. He's gonna move that out, right? Make sense, right? He's a little teapot, short and stout. Right? If we were doing bilateral, he'd be like this, right? Because we want to get this one out too, right? But we're only doing the unilateral, so we're okay. All right, now we want to do. Yeah, absolutely.
Here, I got you.
And the light is on. make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right, so now we're gonna do, it's still right side, but we're going to do the other obliquity, because now we have foreshortened these parts of the ribs, we've elongated the posterior ones, right? Because now they're laid out nice and flat, but now we've foreshortened the anterior area of the ribs, and we wanna elongate these. So we're going to turn him the other way. Now again, we don't wanna clip the articulation here, so again, we'll go to the neck. Make sure that we get that sternum, so we might have to move him over a little bit, and then make sure we have a little bit of light over here to the shoulder, and then bring that arm out a little bit, okay? Make sense?
So that would be for.
Right now, these ribs are nice and laid out flat here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but we still have the sternum here, so we still have the articulations here. Right, because the sternum's no longer in the middle, it's over here. Does that make sense? Everybody has the geometry of this moving part? Okay, so this is, and you can leave the right one over there because it's still a PO and it's still just the right side. It's technically correct. I'd probably still put the left marker over here, but it's technically correct, it's okay. All right, make sense? Okay, so this is right-sided ribs, RPO, LPO. This is the LPO. And then we could do the same thing for RAO, LAO, remember? Okay? Okay. Good. Now we're gonna start with our PA, step to the side a little bit, there you go. Our PA, turn, there you go. We have included just beyond the spine, and we're out to the shoulder. Move that up so we don't get it, we have a little light there. There we go. So now we know we've got an entire set of ribs. This is PA. See, I put my right marker over here. Now we can oblique him, 45. 45, whole body, whole body. Again, we're at the neck. We're here, okay? Because now those anterior ribs have moved over that way. They're no longer in the center, they're that way. We don't want to clip over here. Okay, so now we're over here. Happens to be at the edge of the scapula to here. We could move it slightly a bit over here because we know we're at the edge here.
Would we still need to do the 3 fingers hold?
Nope, nope, because we're not looking for those ones, we're just making sure we have right-sided ribs in the center,
Okay.
okay?
So we're
Does that
pretty
make
much keeping all of that the same for most of these views, right?
sense?
Okay.
Collimation is the same, it's still that half of the body, okay? Then if I wanna do the other direction,
I guess I'm confused on the centering point still of like
it's
how to
just
nail that
halfway
down.
between that body part that you
Ah,
did,
okay. I think I
right?
remember you doing
Okay,
that now.
so here's the spine,
Mm-hmm.
so I know I may clip, so I want to actually move him over this way just a tiny bit to get just to the edge of that, and here, make sure I'm right at the edge of the light there, and I've got him, we're halfway between here and here is right there.
That
Does that make
that's
sense?
yeah, the finger thing. Now I remember
Right?
that.
So
Okay.
the finger.
But now watch this. Do you see how, now that this is farther away, oh, there, okay. Do you see how this is farther away? Now, we may possibly clip this superior portion. We probably need to actually go up about a half an inch. Will you move this up just a little bit, please?
Oh, me?
Okay, please.
Move it up.
Yeah, please. All right, we're right there, good. And then let's move it upward too. Becky, there you go, and the chin. Now see how we're not clipping rib one?
Yep.
Okay, good. So we have to be mindful of where that superior shadow is too, so we know collimate off our rib one and have to repeat that. Especially since it's so close to the thyroid, we don't wanna have that repeat line. Okay, make sense? So we're halfway between, we're looking at the body part, okay? All right, make sense? All right, thanks for being there, being a pig.
Of course.
All right, excellent. What's next?
Lower ribs.
What was that,
and
LAO
C
ribs?
joints,
That was LAO for right anterior ribs. Okay, all right. Earl, what do you do? If you're doing bilateral, what do you do?
He's a wider chest dude, so crosswise.
Yeah. Almost always it's gonna be crosswise for the lower ribs, right? Okay, where does the bottom of the image receptor go?
Top of
The-
the crest.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Are you gonna hit his head?
What's your dome?
So what I want you to do, Leslie, is feel for the top of the Zelaya crest.
I'm getting one of the posterior ones.
Good, but you can feel for the top of the Zelaya crest. Just tell me you feel for your, yeah, right there, good. So the bottom of your image receptor needs to be there. Is it there?
Yes, we're just
Okay.
put it in the chest.
Remember, this is the bottom now.
We're dying.
Is it still 14 by 17?
It is, but it's crosswise now.
Crosswise.
Okay, good.
And I have to go crosswise.
Yep.
So the ribs are always bilateral.
Almost 100%. Okay?
We need that. Yeah. You step front and once.
I didn't clean my lens apparently.
Good. And then this guy? Right there. That's it. Okay, put him there. And then remember, what's your SID on these?
40.
40-inch SID. Nope, nope, nope. Where are the ribs? Where are the lower ribs? They're back here.
It's a front, isn't it?
Posterior.
They're
But they're
posterior.
closer to the IR in the posterior region.
Yep.
Your lower is, are, this goes up like this.
40-inch SID. 40 inches. Good. Good. Now, recollimate.
Why? We could the ropes.
Here is our Samsung lab. Okay,
Hello.
since you have been here.
Yeah, I was like, you
This
look
is Mark
familiar.
Butler. Mark
Oh,
Butler
I'm Mark
is
Burler. Yeah, you look familiar. Where did I meet you?
I'm not sure.
He taught MR here.
Pausing. Unpause.
Put them out to the side a little bit and put the hands down. You can put them
I'm
down
gonna
as long
wipe
as
my
they're
lens so
low,
I'm clear.
as long as they're not up here, right? Because we don't want to X-ray dados. No dados in your belly.
No what?
Just
No, the
Dedos.
no dedos. No dedos.
Fingers.
Fingers.
Okay, no fingers in the belly. So down here on the actual like greater trochanter, yeah, that'd be great. Okay, good. What's your breathing instruction for lower ribs?
What's the question?
Breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe out.
And then breathe in again.
And hold, no. Expiration, why?
The diaphragm.
Right, why do we wanna have it up?
So it's not in the
So
way
it's
of
not-
the
Yeah, it
lower
won't be in the
ribs,
way.
right?
Right, it's not in the way, but what happens if it is in the way?
You can't see the lower ribs. It blocks lower ribs. No.
Because of the air, you don't want it.
Air versus, through all the abdominal stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, cause
Right?
it's gonna
You have air,
contract.
abdominal stuff, right? So you wanna bring that diaphragm up so you have a more even, and it's a terrible word for it, but density or thickness, mass of abdominal stuff.
Oh, okay.
Good, fantastic.
It's 3 videos, I gotta go through.
Yeah, you did it. Okay, good.
I
Okay.
did it for
To do
you.
which one?
To do the
See
whole
if AI
digital.
picks up something.
It's, the one is like
Oh,
based
that's
on,
the joint
it's a
height. I was
gesture, and
really-
then the other two are AIs. That's 10 by 12. One of them is like 14 minutes.
Yes,
and
10 by
the other
12
one is like
crosswise, but
20
then you're gonna
something.
collimate down to like,
Well, because they're,
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Bless you, bless you, bless you. What the?
right,
Right.
it's just a tiny little spot right here, right? Okay? I mean, it's literally right there.
So and
It's
then it
little,
would be,
okay? So you can leave it like that because it's
Not
only
too
this
much
big,
today.
right? So how do you center it? First. How
But
do
are
you
we
make
are we
sure
supposed
you
to put a
center
10 by 12 IR in there?
it? No, not in this
Oh.
machine.
By 17.
Yes, yes, you're going to center to the, wait, don't you shine him in the little eyes, you'll make me sing.
no, I won't make you sing.
Then call me.
She
Call
wants
me
to
down
sing
to
though.
start. Call me down.
I'm gonna look that song up one day.
There you go.
For our
Now bring it up to
graduation, we'll
jugular
play it
notch.
at the end.
There you go.
Where's the jugular notch?
So your hand between the xiphoid and lower rib margin.
Okay. Now, there. Good. Okay, now, whoa,
Does it go
Okay,
back
good.
home?
now, what you're going to do is you're gonna put a left marker right there, and then you're gonna have him turn around and put his chest against the board. Good. Now you're gonna just center. Is he there?
Yeah.
There it is. That's it.
What is
Super
that?
easy.
That's SC?
SC joints, PA-SC joints. Now, how do you do, I want you to do the LAO.
To the,
Are we
Good.
sending on
Okay.
SCs?
do I move this?
Oh, how much are you turning him? No.
Is it 15?
10 to 15.
Okay. Why
Okay.
is it?
Same thing.
Why? All we need to do is, because, okay, let's get our skeleton and turn on some light here. Alright, look at the skeleton right here. And then straight, and then you're gonna go finger, middle, finger,
Makes it with a
thumb, right? Oh, we got the problem. Thumb, finger at the edge of the scapula there, and we're gonna turn him, boop, like that. That's it.
Wait, okay, so you touched, the.
Right? Is this finger, is that finger on the edge of the scapula? There you go. What, that one, middle
The
finger.
first one then.
And then halfway between. Okay.
It's alright.
And then turn him ever so slightly. Whoops, so this line is gonna be here. No, this line is gonna be here.
This is my
Okay?
childhood.
There you go. That's it.
If you don't
Tiny
lower
little
up
turn.
with
That's fine.
like,
Just a tiny little turn. Okay? So there's your LPO,
Like,
or LAO. Okay?
She watched it.
Now, you would switch your marker.
Hi, you.
Yeah. I think that's
And you
what
put
they
your
do.
right one over on the other side, you can have step aside a second, it's okay, step aside. And you put your right one right there, he's not gonna hurt though, because he would die, like that, not on our watch,
So now
okay?
we're gonna-
Now here, now you can put your middle finger right here, okay, we're gonna scooch him over to the right a little bit, because he's a little off, scoot over to the right. So, there you go, and then turn him ever so slightly.
So that it would
That's
be,
it.
RA.
This is Ario's sternum?
Yep, no, REO
Oh.
SC joints.
Okay, well, I said sternum.
But it's the same position for sternum, it's just that sternum would be 10 by 12
Yeah.
lengthwise.
Okay.
Good, alright, that's it. Alright, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for,